What if you had the smartest Wi-Fi? If you did, it'd be Xfinity and it'd come with their best state-of-the-art equipment. It would boost speeds to the devices that needed them most, whether you were streaming, gaming, or gaming while pretending to work. It would even power your mobile connection so you could bring faster, secure Wi-Fi speeds with you where you use it most. If you had the smartest Wi-Fi, everything would work together seamlessly to keep you connected. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the first edition of the Jayhawker Podcast of 2025. My name is Nate Bukaty, and we are brought to you by Xfinity. Get the smartest Wi-Fi only from Xfinity. Imagine that. And we are kicking it off in perfect style because we got the quarterback of the Kansas Jayhawks, a man who just put up 500 total yards, more than any quarterback in all of college football so far this season. He got 16 touchdown passes on the year, which is second most in college football as well. Jalon Daniels joins us. How you doing, man? Thanks for joining us, man. Appreciate you.
Doing great, man. Appreciate you for having me.
Yeah. So, I guess let's just start there. When you hear those type of numbers, what does that make you think?
I mean, it's always good to be able to look at, numbers and stuff like that. But for me, my main objective every single game is to walk out with a win. And as much as the statistics offensively, we're very appealing to the eye. At the end of the day, we didn't score enough points to win the game. And I feel like there was a lot of little things in the game that, I feel like I was able to put up our team in a better position to be able to win that game. So, it's always cool to be able to look at the numbers, but I still look at the little things that I'm able to do better as a player.
Okay, so when you evaluate a game like that, as you mentioned, you do a lot of great things, you do some things that you'd like to change. How much time do you spend focusing on those things that went wrong, and then do you flush them? Like, what's the process like as you get ready then for another game? Because there's always another game coming.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I think the number one thing is to be able to I'm not really somebody that likes to look at all the good plays. Like, I let everybody else look at all the numbers, the touchdowns, the good runs, the good passes, the good routes that are being ran. I let everybody else take care of that because at the end of the day, those are things that I feel like we work on a day-to-day basis. So when we get on the field game day, those things are supposed to happen. But the things that aren't supposed to happen, which is the fumbles, the missed throws, the inaccuracies, those are little things that I'm able to control because I work those on a day-to-day basis. So I feel like I harp so much on the bad things that happen within a game that it doesn't really allow much time for me to be able to go look back at all the good things.
Man, I feel that, like, in my life when I'm calling a game, I dwell on the things I got wrong in the course of the game, and I can let it ruin my night, but yeah. I also don't want to let it hurt my self-confidence. Like, the next time I go out there, I got to believe I'm going to do the right thing. Yeah, how do you balance that?
Well, I mean, it's the 24-hour rule. Even if we were to win that game, I would have been happy with the win, but at the end of the day, those 24 hours they're going to go by, and then you have to be on to the next opponent. We believe in having a one-and-oh mentality so much in this program that it doesn't allow for any room to be able to think about the last game, whether it's a win or a loss. You're
5 years into this program now, too, so you know this, the ethos of the program, what it's all about. And I wanted to talk to you about that because it's really a rare thing in modern college athletics for a coach and a quarterback to spend 5 years together.
Yeah.
Particularly one that didn't recruit you, right? Like, you came before Coach Leipold got here. How would you describe that relationship and how it's evolved over these 5 years?
I mean, I think there's a big trust factor between me and Coach Leipold. I mean, there was a lot of times where, a lot of outside people thought that I probably shouldn't have been still playing quarterback here at the University of Kansas. But one thing I'll say with Coach Leipold is no matter how good or how bad I'm doing, he always 100% has had faith in me. And that's something that I look at that and I'm like, okay, as long as he continues to trust in me, I'm going to continue to trust in him. It's all about being able to believe in the process. And that's just something that, within our program, we believe in focusing on the 1% better daily. So I when things aren't going wrong, when things aren't going right, I can be as hard on myself as I want. Because at the end of the day, I don't want anybody to be a worse critic on me than myself. I feel like I should be my worst critic. When I'm doing something wrong, yeah, everybody can say whatever they want to say. But at the end of the day, I'm on myself. Even if it's a completion, it could be an inaccurate pass. The receiver made a great catch. At the end of the day, you might see me clap my hands like, dang, I could have gave him a better ball. If I would have gave him this ball, he probably could still be running, going for a 60-yard touchdown.
So that is that the main reason that you've stayed the trust that you're talking about with Coach Leipold?
Yeah, I mean, 100%. And I think it's a culture thing. I know what I'm getting here at the University of Kansas. I know my coaching staff. I know the players that are here who I've gotten the chance to be able to see grow from true freshmen to now seniors. I mean, it's all about being able to, help build the program. At the end of the day, my class, which is class of 2020, who came to the University of Kansas, our main objective was to be able to help do everything that we can to be able to help build this program into what we know it could be. And to be able to say that, we've been able to leave a lot of bricks here and being able to help build the whole entire new stadium. There's a lot of bricks out there from former teammates from all the way from 2021 who have helped do a lot to be able to help build this program to where it's at today.
Well, I'll tell you this, man, as an alum who spent 11 years as the sideline reporter for KU football back in the day. I got to come to I got to come to the first game with the new stadium.
Mm-hmm.
It was an emotional feeling, because this stadium, I love the setting. It's a beautiful place, but it was never. It's been a long time coming, right? To have a building like this, to make it feel like this is big time college athletics.
Absolutely,
and it feels that way now. And that's got to be like, just as a fan, it was emotional for me. What's it like for you guys to know that not only do you get to play in something like this, but that you had a part in making it happen?
Yeah, I mean, for one, it's wonderful. The facilities here, everything that we've gotten as far as the weight room, the new training room, the new meal room where we're going, the new stadium, being able to play on entirely new turf, being able to see all the fans all the way up there in the 300 section. I mean, it's beautiful. I mean, I don't think any of us could complain at all. We get to come out here every single day and enjoy playing the sport that we love, knowing that we have the full support of all the Jayhawk fans, but also the University of Kansas establishment. Everybody who's higher up being able to do everything that they can, such as Travis Goff, Chancellor Gerard. Everybody's doing as much as they can to be able to help our program continue to keep building. And when you feel that support from the outside, you continue to keep wanting to do everything that you can on a day-to-day basis to keep growing.
So one of the things that you mentioned was that I know what I've got here, but you didn't know what your wide receivers were going to be like this year because you got a whole new group of guys, and they're transfers for the most part. I understand. Were you involved in the process of helping those guys decide to come to Kansas and all that? Like, what was that like watching these new players, the wide receivers you're working with now, come into the program?
Yeah, well, I mean, I'll be the first to say every single wide receiver that transferred here over this past offseason, I watched every single reception that they had from last year. And some of them their whole entire college careers. I got the chance to be able to sit down and watch every single time that they were on the field, what they were doing pass blocking wise, how they were running their routes, how they do this, how they were able to beat man-on-man coverage. I mean, I did play a role in, especially when they came on their visits. I would tell the coaches, allow me to be able to be with these players, because at the end of the day, the wide receivers are coming here to be able to, they want to score touchdowns. They want to be able to have a quarterback that's able to throw them the ball. And at the end of the day, you can only lead people as far as they trust you. So when we're talking about all these receivers that transfer here, I watched all of them play at their former schools before they got here, and I don't know if they know that, but I knew a lot of their capabilities and what they were able to do before they got here. So when they got here, it was all about being able to mix and match within the offensive system.
And then did you take some of them to California to work out as
100%, yeah. I took 7 wide receivers out to California with me during the 4th of July break. We spent the time in Bel Air for the week and got some work in with my quarterback coach back home. Spent some time out in Los Angeles and was kind of just vibing, just try to be able to be with each other as much as possible, especially since I didn't really get the chance to practice with them much during the spring.
Did you see Will Smith while you were out there?
We didn't see Will Smith, but we seen Marlon Wayans.
Oh, yeah?
While we were working out, Marlon Wayans works out with my trainer back home. So
no kidding.
We were just finishing our workout, and Marlon Wayans popped up, and we was like, is that Marlon Wayans?
Did you get a picture with him or anything?
We did.
Yeah.
We do have a picture with Marlon Wayans, but we also seen Lonzo Ball up there as well.
Okay.
Like, there was a lot of different names that you would know if we said it.
By the way, Marlon Wayans is somewhere right now going, I saw Jalon Daniels, working out. That's pretty cool stuff. Okay, so you developed this chemistry. Right now, it appears clear that you and Emmanuel Henderson have a very good chemistry going. He's putting up big-time numbers.
Yeah.
What did you see in him when you were watching that film? Because he didn't have a lot of numbers before he came here. And maybe what has clicked with him since he's gotten here?
Well, I mean, yeah, you're right. He didn't really have a lot of numbers, a lot of receptions at Alabama, but the plays that I did see, I seen what his ability was. And, if you watch him go all the way back to his high school film, he played running back in high school. You got the chance to be able to see the speed that he comes with. Even when I first followed him on Instagram, I think his Instagram said speedster at ... not knowing what university he was going to yet. But I was like, okay, so we got a speed guy. And what I think I will say is, ever since E-Man's gotten here, everything has been intentional with him. Everything he wants to do is with intent. JD, so when you watching film, JD, what you doing for the break? Can I pop up with you? JD, you going back home? All right, bet. Let's go get some work in while we doing this. What you doing for spring break? I went to spring break with E-Man. I went back home twice. And he came both times. Every time I'm trying to get some extra work in, he's always there. Even when we're talking about hanging out outside the facility, like E-Man has been on top of everything, trying to do everything that he could during the offseason to make sure that our bond was able to become closer together. And I think it just kind of shows out on the field. Yeah,
I was going to say, can you think of an example or just a way that we hear that about great quarterback and pass catcher, tandems. You see Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes together everywhere they go, right? Like, do you feel like you're starting to get that mental telepathy with him when you know what each other's thinking on the field?
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's kind of like, I not even just for E-Man, I believe that if my wide receivers are in one-on-one coverage, they know that you have to win. I have all the faith in the world in my wide receivers to go beat whatever DB is out there. I don't really care if it's Jalen Ramsey out there or Sauce Gardner and a whole bunch of NFL top cornerbacks out there. I have the trust in you to go win and go beat your man in a route. And the more that they feel that you have that trust for them, the more, no matter what situation, even if it is a route where they have to run somebody off to open somebody else off, they're going to continue to do that. And that's one thing I'll say about this wide receiver room. This is probably one of the most selfless wide receiver rooms that you'll be able to get because of how much they do for each other.
What about the quarterback room? Yeah. We've gotten to see a little bit of Ballard. We got to see a little bit of Isaiah. What's it like being in that room on a day in, day out basis?
It's such an amazing environment being with those two guys. Even though that we're all competing on a day-to-day basis, we do as much as we can to be able to help each other out. Like, if I mess up on a play and I'm come back to the sideline, hey, Isaiah, Cole, what did you see on that? Am I tripping? Did you see this, see that? Nah, JD, I see exactly what you seen. Maybe you probably could have did this, and that a little bit earlier. And I think that's just vice versa, like all the way around. At the end of the day, we're all going to try to do everything that we can to be able to help each other get better. Because in this game of football, like, sad to say it, it's a next man up mentality. At the end of the day, if you're not the number one, you're not going to get a whole lot of reps. I remember being the number 3 guy behind Jason Bean and Miles Kendrick, and they did everything that they could to be able to help me grow as well. So it was just kind of about being able to maintain and keep fostering that type of energy around the quarterback room. And I think it's been like that every single year that I've been here.
Okay, I saw you knock on wood like you did. You know as well as anybody that life, that it's next man up because you've had your injury, problems at times, and the game gets taken away from you all of a sudden. How different is your perspective on getting to go out there every Saturday because of what you've been through and having the game taken away from you temporarily from time to time?
Yeah, especially since this is like officially my last year at the University of Kansas. Like the past 2 years, I was able to say it was my last year, my senior year, my redshirt senior year. But I knew that I still had another year of eligibility left, and I would be able to have the opportunity to come back if I pleased to. But like now, it's just everything that I'm going through on a day-to-day basis. I'm not taking it for granted. Every single snap that I get, I'm like, okay, I get to play another down of football. Even in practice, even in weight room, even in meetings. Like, I'll never get this meeting with these guys again. My college career is basically at the tail end of it, and come December, January, I will no longer be a Jayhawk. Like, I'll be an alum, but I will no longer be on the Kansas Jayhawk football team with a whole bunch of guys that I basically I grew up around. I came to the University of Kansas 17. I'm going to be leaving 23 years old, and that's kind of crazy to be able to think of it that way. But you don't want to spend time. You don't want to spend time wasting it. You don't want to sit here and be like, man, I wish I could have did this differently. Wish I could have did this, did that. The more you live in the moment and enjoy every single moment of it, go through every single emotion, the more it's just going to continue to keep building you as a man, building your character for all the situations that's going to come down the line. Because trials and tribulations are bound to hit at some point.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't spare anybody. That's for sure. I got to think the young guys on this team are very lucky to have somebody like you to talk to. to tell them that message.
Yeah.
Because when you're a freshman, you probably think you got forever. Right?
Yeah, 100%.
Like, it's going to be a long time while you're here, and you're probably trying to tell them it's going to go a lot faster than you think.
It 100% does go a lot faster than you think. I mean, I knew that I had the ability to be able to do 4 to 5. I didn't think that I'd have the ability to be able to do 6. So, and even through these 6 seasons, it doesn't feel like it went by fast, but it definitely doesn't feel like 6 years. This past January, it was officially 5 years that I've lived in Lawrence, Kansas, and moved away from back home. So, yeah, like, it's going to go by. It's absolutely going to go by, and you don't want to spend your time, especially the earlier half, not doing everything that you can to make sure you're best prepared to be able to get on that field.
Okay, so you were talking about your guys being able to beat one-on-one coverage. We saw you lined up out at wide receiver a couple times, and I heard there was a little trash talk.
Yeah.
How's Jalon Daniels' game in beating one-on-one coverage if it comes to that?
Man, at the end of the day, the day got to end. Throw it up to 6, man. At the end of the day got to end. If you see 6 out there, he's open. Go ahead, throw it up. I'm ready to give me a touchdown.
Have you played much wide receiver in your life?
Absolutely
Yeah?
not. I've never played wide receiver in my life, but I know every time I get out there, you're going to see a nice crispy route like I do.
Okay.
I work my releases in every practice when we practice these plays. So the wide receivers be trying to coach me up, and Coach C-Sam be trying to coach me up, and I'll be like, you right, Coach. Go back to doing exactly what I was doing.
So if you were a wide receiver, like, what's your number one strength? You know what I mean? Like, is it elusiveness? Is it your sticky hands? Like, what, your head fakes? Like, what?
Yeah.
What's the strength?
Well, I'm not gonna lie. The quarterback room would hate to hear this, and I'm gonna keep it 1,000. I got the best hands in the quarterback room.
Okay.
And they said in their interviews, like, they was asked this question right before the season, like, who has the best hands? Cole wanted to say him, Isaiah wanted to say him. But we all know that I have the best hands in the quarterback room. So I definitely have the hands to do it.
Okay.
But I think I'm more of like a give me the ball in space type of guy.
Yeah.
Like, I'll run a hitch, break 2. All right, let's go.
Yeah. No, your change of direction's good.
I like to make people miss. That's one of the best parts about football. It's like, all right, DN thinks that he's rushing free. He got me. Last second move, and then he's broken, and now I'm trying to roll out. Oh, make him miss. All right, let's go get a first down.
Dude, I feel like we're going to see it at some point this year. It's just a matter of when. So we're all going to be watching for it, when that day comes.
Hey, I hope so, Coach Z. I hope you're hearing this, man. Go ahead, toss me that pill.
Yeah. Hey, I want to say on behalf of Jayhawk Nation that it's been a thrill to watch your journey. What you've done for the school, the highs and the lows, what you've been through. To see you, as you taught me, you came here as a kid and you're leaving as a man, and you still got a lot to accomplish this year. But I just want to say congratulations on everything, and thanks a lot for the time. We appreciate having you and having a chance to get to know you a little bit better.
Absolutely, man. I appreciate y'all for having me. Thank you to all of Lawrence, Kansas, and all of Jayhawk Nation for taking me in and basically treating me as if I was one of your own. I mean, coming in at 17 was not easy, moving from Los Angeles, California to Lawrence, Kansas, but you guys made the transition way easier than I thought it would be, and we in year 6, and we're going to go ahead and end it off with a bang.
Big games to come for Jalon Daniels and the Kansas Jayhawks. So I'm going to take a line from him at the end of the show. Show got to end.
The show got to end.
So that's going to do it for this edition of the Jayhawker Podcast. We've been brought to you by Xfinity.